it's a real shame how people want to be destructive when there's so much beauty in creation. And that should motivate you to want to share the gift of this stuff. It's such a gift and a blessing. Hey, what's up guys? It's Farmer Jack. And today I want to share with you why I grow food at home. And hopefully it inspires you and reaches you somehow. So in 2013, 9 years ago, I stayed on my first farm, and the feeling I had when I was tending to the crops, planting, harvesting, eating the food we were working with at the end of the day, it would just touch me, and it was like, this is the lifestyle I've been missing, right? This is like, wow, this is the connection I've been missing. So there's that, there's the like growing because it's good, we need food in this material world. And we don't want to just go to the grocery store and settle for these whack crops that these big agriculture's growing. We want to grow awesome crops that are nutrient dense and organic and then grown with love. So in that time I've learned so much, and I'm still learning. And I think that the motivator is the why. So why do we do it? Like, how have we planted thousands of plants and done all this cool stuff? And I think about how I feel like I've lived so many lifetimes just as a grower, like, because it's so jam-packed, and I've planted like a fruit tree a day for free and all this stuff. And I look back and reflect, and it's, where does that motivation come? It comes from the deep why. It's not like oh, I need to feed myself. It's like, oh, we have to feed everybody. We have to feed everybody because we're out here like without the knowledge. And you know, there's the knowledge is out there, right? And the possibility is out there. So these are the things I think about. Like, when you think like that, you wake up and you're doing what you're meant to do, and you're doing what you're meant for. And none of the bullshit matters. And that's the why. The why, like, it's like just what I'm meant to do as a human. And there's so many things like that, right? Like, it's a flow state. That's what it is. And that's the meditation. That's what we feel when we're out and like flowing in the garden. It's the same thing. Kind of surfers feel the same thing. You're in the elements. It's like this special feeling, right? So there's that comes along with it. So it's basically a necessary way of living as a human. To some degree, of course we have to feed our family, and we have to do these things if we don't have our basic needs. But if we do, you could unlock a whole bunch more when you learn how to equip yourself to do it yourself. It's rad. And not only that, like, we have all these people who want to take and destroy, and with all these, like, with the wars and everything and warmongering, and if you look at history, all these rich people, super rich, like not people anybody you know, funded both sides of all these wars forever. Like, you know, when you look deep into it, not without getting too much into conspiracy or any weird stuff, but it's a real shame how people want to be destructive when there's so much beauty in creation. And that should motivate you to want to share the gift of this stuff. It's such a gift and a blessing, you know, when there's all this. So anyways, when my buddy down the street is sending his like family's like money because they're like helping kids who are fleeing from this war, like today, you know, like, insane, dude, insane. It makes you think differently, you know. Thinking about getting beyond ourselves is key. That's what's helped me, you know. So I remember I've lived long periods of my life where I was thinking about my world a little bit more, you know, than. Anyways, I didn't want to be too dark, but I want to talk about that. Like, I wanted to talk about it for sure. It's not just for the food. Like, when people see all the food star fruit on the ground, they're thinking, oh, okay, what do we do with all this food we're wasting? But in my mind, it's not about that, or like making sure it's about the connection it brings, the freedom and connection it brings us to our community. It grounds us, you know. It's not about us getting the crops. It's about the crops, what the crops does for us. That's what it is. Like it brings us closer to our neighbors, to our, you know, people in our worlds. It's a beautiful thing.